The S&P 500 is one of the most well-known gateways to the US stock market, widely seen as one of the strongest in the world. If you're based in Europe though, getting started isn't always straightforward. Which ETF should you choose? Which investment platforms can you trust? And most importantly, how can you ensure that you're investing safely and efficiently? These are the kinds of doubts that many European investors run into, and that's exactly what we're going to clear up in this video. So, no matter where you are in Europe, if you want a clear and practical guide to investing in the S&P 500, you're in the right place. For the complete version, feel free to check out our article on investingintheweb.com, link in the description below. Step 1. Pick an ETF, tracking the S&P 500. The S&P 500 consists of the leading 500 publicly traded US companies. It includes large, well-known companies such as Apple, Tesla, and Microsoft, just to name a few. While you can't directly buy the S&P 500 index, you can invest in an exchange-traded fund, ETF, that replicates the index's performance. Important for European investors, you might have heard of famous S&P 500 ETFs like SPY or VOO, which are US-based ETFs. However, if you're in Europe, you generally cannot invest in US-domiciled ETFs like SPY or VOO due to European regulations. They don't meet certain EU disclosure requirements. Instead, you'll need to choose Europe-compliant ETFs, UCITS funds, that track the S&P 500. Don't worry, there are plenty of those available. On the screen, you'll see a table listing the 5 largest S&P 500 ETFs available for European investors. This list was curated using Just ETF, a handy tool for finding and comparing ETFs. From that list, would recommend one of the first two, either the iShares or the Vanguard S&P 500 ETF, for a few key reasons. Both present a total expense ratio, TER, of 0.07%, which is considered very low. TER is the annual fee you pay to the fund. 0.07% means you'd only pay 70 cents per year on a €1,000 investment, for example. Lower fees means more of your money stays invested for you. The replication method is physical, meaning that you are investing in the underlying assets. If it was synthetic, you would be investing in derivates contract. If you want to know more, please check out this video. These two are the biggest European ETFs by asset under management, AUM. Because they're so large, they are very liquid, easy to buy or sell, and extremely unlikely to be closed down. Size isn't everything, but it does add a layer of trust that these funds are here to stay. It's also worth noting that one of these is an accumulating ETF, the iShares fund, which reinvests any dividends internally, while the other is distributing, the Vanguard fund, which pays out dividends to shareholders. This affects what happens with dividends from the S&P 500 companies. An accumulating fund will automatically reinvest them for you, whereas a distributing fund will pay you cash dividends periodically. There's no right or wrong choice between these. It depends on whether you prefer automatic reinvestment or receiving dividend cash. Just something to be aware of as you pick your ETF. It might also affect tax-wise. Distributed dividends might trigger taxes in some European countries. Ticker symbols and exchanges. The same ETF can often be traded on different stock exchanges under different tickers and in different currencies. Since you are a European investor, you will most likely want to buy an ETF in euros to avoid extra currency conversion costs. For example, the iShares Core S&P 500 UCITS ETF we mentioned has the ticker CSPX on the London Stock Exchange, traded in USD. But on the Etc. exchange in Germany, the exact same fund is listed as ticker SXR8, traded in euros. Don't let that confuse you. CSPX and SXR8 are the same ETF. One is just a euro-denominated listing. You can check this by searching the ETF's ISIN on Just ETF and looking at the stock exchange listings to see all the different ticker symbols across exchanges. For example, if you search for the ETF CSPX on justetf.com, select it and go to Stock Exchange. You will see in the first column listing, meaning stock exchanges, and the currency of each one. You can observe that you trade this this ETF looking for CSPX, but also SXR8, for example. You have the choice. Buy the ETF on an exchange that trades in your local currency, for example, euros, to keep things simple. Step 2 is to choose a good ETF investment platform. Once you've selected your S&P 500 ETF, the next step is to find a brokerage platform where you can actually buy it. There are many online broker platforms available in Europe, but they don't all offer the same ETFs, and they differ in fees and features. It's important to choose one that carries the ETF you want and is trustworthy and user-friendly for your needs. To help you out, we analyzed several popular investment platforms and summarized which of the S&P 500 ETFs from Step 1 are available on each. The good news is that most major brokers do offer at least one of the top S&P 500 UCITS ETFs. All the platforms we've highlighted are reputable and regulated in Europe, so you can trust them with your investments. We'd feel confident using any of the ones shown. In fact, we personally invest with most of them. If you want a quick recommendation, for more advanced investors or larger portfolios, Interactive Brokers, IBKR, is a top choice. It's one of the largest investment platforms globally, with access to markets worldwide, very low trading fees, and a robust set of tools. It might have a bit of a learning curve though. For beginners, Trading 212 is an excellent and very user-friendly option. Bonus tip, by using our promo code IITW, you can get a free fractional share worth up to €100 when signing up with Trading 212. Before moving on, one important safety tip. Make sure that the platform is letting you buy the actual ETF, the real fund, and not a CFD or derivative version of it. Some brokers, due to the EU regulations, might show you a product like VOO or other US ETF names, but if those ETFs aren't EU approved, the platform could be offering them as CFDs, contracts for difference, instead of the real ETF. CFDs are not what we want for a long-term index investment. They often come with higher risks, potential leverage, extra fees, and you wouldn't actually own the underlying assets. By the way, if you need help with a specific broker's process, our YouTube channel, Investing in the Web, has step-by-step video guides on how to invest in the S&P 500 using many popular platforms, including detailed tutorials for Interactive Brokers, Trading 212, DeGiro, Lightyear, and others. We also have videos reviewing some of these brokers, and even a deep dive on choosing the best S&P 500 ETF. Feel free to check those out for more detailed guidance. The final step, place your buy order. Now that you've picked your ETF and opened an account with a suitable broker, it's time for the exciting part, placing your buy order and investing in the S&P 500 ETF. This process will slightly vary depending on the platform, but it generally follows the same basic steps. Let's walk through an example of how to do it. Using Trading 212 as our example platform, since it's beginner friendly. Start by searching for your ETF. We'll use SXR8 in this case. Next, click Buy and enter the order details. We'll purchase a fractional share of the ETF, 0.1 shares, using a market order. Click Review Order to double check all the details, including fees, before finalizing. Finally, click Send Buy Order. And that's it. As you can see, it's pretty straightforward. Once the order is filled, the ETF shares will show up in your portfolio on the broker's app. You've effectively bought a tiny piece of each of those 500 companies in the S&P 500 through your ETF. From here, you can hold the ETF long term, and its value will go up or down roughly in line with the S&P 500 index performance. Remember, investing in the S&P 500 is typically a long-term endeavor, so think of this as a marathon, not a sprint. If you have any questions or suggestions, please let us know in the comments. We're happy to help out the community. For more details and a deeper analysis, don't forget to check out our full article on this topic over at investingintheweb.com, link in the description. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to stay updated with our latest videos. See you next time.